Wassail. So it's full moon today at 17:16ish Universal Time, GMT. There's a very odd energy today, like I've had a series of the sky is just demonstrating nothingness, whiteness, the belly of the donkey, and there's a 7-hour void of moon at the beginning from about 1:53 until about 8 something, when it moves from Leo into Virgo on Saturday the 30th. And I misread information this morning and thought that this void of moon was going to be about 18 hours. And I wanted to do a reading on it, but then with 7 hours it's not quite such a crucial void period. So instead, I've decided to sit down and do another of those personal readings that I do occasionally, because they help me focus on what I read in the cards, because I'm trying to explain them to you. When I throw cards just for myself and say nothing, there's something about giving voice to things, and also a real sense of a need to give voice to magic is the one thing I am getting. But let's just delve in the journey to abundance in the split here. So, what I want to know is, what is the energy currently at my core? Yeah, the COVID card. I don't need to say anything about that. And then 16. Eagle, striking down on the change, the winds of change. So I'm going to put with that, what is at my core energetically right now? They've gone on the floor. So it begins with Midgard. The middle world, the world in which I exist, you exist, we exist, is in a standstill. No shit. So that's followed by Vend, air, a journey with the wind, and that's coming underneath Eagle. So Vend is to set sail, to go with the new energy, to float on the new energy, but it is an energy of enormous abundance, being in the right frequency, finding the right frequency. And today, I don't feel like I'm in the right frequency. I feel like there is a stillness. But this stillness is becoming increasingly uncomfortable. It's testing my ability to be a social creature and how far back from that I'm capable of standing. And it's beginning to be challenged to a level that I find uncomfortable. But we will see. And then I've got Jormungandr, which is the son of Loki and Angabora. And it's a giant snake that wraps itself around the earth. It's a purifying energy. It's rivers and streams. It's a life path. So setting off it's like suggesting that the energy I'm in now is I am, you are, we all have available to us, is the point that these personal readings make. An energy of moving on from the static standstill of Midgard. So I'm going to take this Grand Luxe deck and just look for some clarifying energies. Or am I? I feel like that's the core energy that I've described. I feel like I want to do something. I'm going to do a Celtic cross actually, and then I'm going to add clarifiers to the Celtic cross, but I'm going to do the Celtic cross with the Tarot Grand Luxe. So can we please have a Celtic cross, but single cards to make it make sense? So it begins with the Nine of Swords. This standstill's energy is now becoming anxiety. It's past its point of serving a viable function, and it's beginning to feel like the entire situation is nightmarish, is keeping us awake at night, or keeping me awake at night. It will refer down to you. And it's followed with the Two of Wands. And this is a new beginning, but it's a new beginning that I have to find division on. And that's quite hard. That energy's crossing me because I'm always full of the dilemmas of what I would like my journey to be, how much the journey that I set for myself needs to be set as something that only involves me. How far do I involve others in my journey, or am I treading on their journeys by trying to bring their movement, their vend forwards to match my vend? And yet there's another part of me that thinks part of what we are all trying to do in our different reality bubbles is to seek to find the coherences or the commonalities or the moments where our frequencies match. So what's sitting underneath that the cosmos wants us to learn? Two cards, but we'll see. So what does the cosmos want us to learn? To bring your vision in, to draw the vision that you have, this vision that you have, that I have, this vision that I haven't established. The cosmos is saying, just find it and draw the energies towards you. So the next card, oh, okay, it is part of this. It's the King of Cups. Find your journey forwards that has an emotional stability attached, where you understand all emotions, good and bad, where you have the full diversity and you're able to peg your marker somewhere and feel emotionally stable. So where have I come from to reach this point? Page of Wands. I've been through a process of transforming myself in a backwards way. I want to say in a way of accepting movement forwards rather than baggage you carry behind you. So I've released the baggage to create a new, I do want to say youthful frequency, an energy that will move me, us, into something more inspired, something purposeful. Purposeful is what's coming across the energy of this card. And then, What is the new energy that's coming towards me right now? What is the new energy coming towards me? What is the new frequency coming towards me? Strength. Empowerment. If you can let go of your baggage, then you're in a newness, and from a newness you can only grow in strength. You can't grow in strength all the while you're carrying all your past frequencies with you and trying to fit them through this new gateway that you're forming, because there are two gates opening with new cosmic light. So with this strength, what's the immediate future that's coming? I want to say self-rescue. It's the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is a very complicated energy, but we're in air, and this is about bringing new energy towards things. There's two swords standing in the light, and there are another 5 swords that he has gathered around his body, and he's sneaking around in the shadows, and he's working out how to bring the swords that are in the shadows into the light so that they can be integrated into the vision forwards. Where do I, the querent, stand within my cosmic understanding of myself? 2 cards. So we have the 9 of Wands, a spiritual warrior, understanding how to release burdens, and the Lovers, co-creation with spirit. So I'm at a point, that gateway moment that's opening to a new frequency where I understand with my mind, my air, my thoughts, how to create a better wind journey forwards to sail the life path. Oh, that's just thrown a lot of cards. So where does the world, the cosmos, the environment around me see me? We have the 2 of Pentacles. In a difficult moment, in a difficult time, transferring all the energies. 10 of Swords, an abundance of air coming in to fix the stuckness. I really despised that word when I first saw it, but I love the word stuckness. And then the 4 of Cups is about wishful thinking, changing patterns, seeing what was old and saying, they're lovely, all these cups here, but what I want is the new. I want newness. I want to recreate. And then we have hopes and fears. And there are 4 cards for this. So it has the Hierophant. It has the Knight of Cups. And then it has the 5 of Coins. And it has the 7 of Cups. So both times it's talking about change. A change, I'm hoping for a change, a spiritually emotional change, to get myself kind of dressed up and ready to face the new energy. And this is about things that you felt shut out from, and it's like we've all been shut out from life, and that energy of spirit just pushing through. The coins, the material, are the thing that's been holding us back, And we need to push through those and move towards creating an emotional city. This card is often about confusion, but what I love about this one is it's kind of saying, it's got that energy of celestial city, of having an abundance of options, which is part of the difficulty in creating a vision forwards with an abundance of options. The more you think about things, the more difficult it becomes to settle on anything. It's wanting to say in hopes and fears that you have hopes for this, but you also fear making the decisions as well. So there's a kind of a paradox within our hopes and fears at the moment. And what's the ultimate energy of this? One card, beautiful card, the Ace of Cups. New emotions, refilled, becoming, there's something about a watery womb, and fish represent abundance and luck, but about quality of emotions, not quantity. It's almost like at the moment we've got too many emotions, and we don't know how to sift through them. So what I'm going to do is look at individual parts of this and see if we can get more messages. So this anxiety nightmare, what do we need to overcome this? Tiwa, spiritual warrior. We've got to unfragment ourselves, is what this is saying. We've got to, all of these many fractal compass points that are all part of our journey so far have to be integrated into two polarities, and we settle ourselves in the middle. Instead of having this kind of whirling energy everywhere, we need to build a clarity on that. So that's this notion of what we're waiting to do, what I'm waiting to do, is this vision. Create your vision forwards, your reality forwards, your truth forwards. So what's the cosmos trying to teach us, and what do we need to do? We need to pass through a huge cosmic portal that's here. This gateway. We're all sitting, waiting for this energy to come towards us. It's coming, it's the stellium. And wands. So Freya, having worked through an understanding of love, and I want to say she's coming across as the teacher of the wronged, or the teacher of the naive, or the teacher of the teenager. It's almost like me, and then you too, but I've had to learn to understand love from a completely different perspective. And that involves analysing your relationships that you've been in or are in, and deciding how to move forwards into your own strength. So strength, what's the Odin message for the strength card? What's the Odin message for the strength card? A new season. This is a completion of an old cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, and that's really what this whole message is about, is taking the opportunity to see this as a new cycle. And then we have the Seven of Swords, this energy of bringing shadows in. Sorry, I just turned that one accidentally and it didn't fall. So integrating our shadows is Odal, our spiritual inheritance. That's how we make new space for us in the earth. We integrate shadows and we become more powerful. Our strength increases because we've faced fears. So it's growing, maturing. That's what this energy is all about. Now, the Nine of Wands and the Lovers, the spiritual warrior co-creating. What's the energy I need to work with here cosmically? Is a spiritual healing. I'm healing my spirit. There's a lot of crows on here, and crows are spirit. There's 5. Change your spiritual beliefs. Bring down a new energy into Midgard. So what's the cosmic environment? How's the cosmic environment looking at me? Well, look, divine absolute protection. The cosmos is working with me, it's not working with you. It's just working with me. So the cosmos is giving us Valkyrie and Yggdrasil. The protection of source and spirit is working with us right now. Now, hopes and fears. Hopes and fears, please. What do we need to look at for the hopes and fears? It feels like a few cards. Yeah, it is a few cards. It has ing. This is preparation to birth something. This is very much sorting out your own wisdom, me sorting out my wisdom, deciding what it is that my Odal, my spiritual inheritance, needs to contain within it to take me on the journey forwards. And it comes with a brand new start. That's very much this Page of Wands energy, divine spark, the beginning of something new, the beginning of something that's endless. It can open and open and open, but you have to choose how to bring your intention towards you as a reality and frig destiny. We've got a lot of veneer energy coming through here. We've not really got, it's very feminine energy. There isn't the frequency of the Azir. It's all very much Vanaheimir. So, the Ace of Cups as the future. What's the card for that? Destiny, again. Written destiny. Rewriting, creating newness. We're all on a pathway to some kind of new emotional wealth or warmth. So, what do we need to do? What do we need to do next? What do we all need to do next to move forwards? Midgard, which was in the original energy. So we need to observe that Midgard has reached a point, a fixed point of being stuck. What do we need to do with that energy that is stuck? What do we need to do with that energy that is stuck? It's the belief. We have to create the energy to unstick it. We have to create the vision. It's almost like saying we have to engage in reaching it. It's almost a reversal of what I always said when portals appear. You have to engage with changing your frequency so that the portal can slip across you. It's that notion of bringing the energy of a better environment towards you. Oh, and there's the ship, the Vend. So bringing that energy towards you, coming out of the darkness of Middle Earth. And where are we flying towards? Where is this new, hopeful energy taking us? Oh! You see, I was going to not put this reading out. I was like, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, it was meant to be a personal reading. It's for everybody. But it was good to approach it from a personal aspect. But it's not giving me that energy of wonder and magic. And that's the energy I'm feeling the most at the moment, this sense of magic. So what's come out at the end? Where are we heading towards? Magic and the sorcerer. Magic and the sorcerer. Magic and the sorcerer. You couldn't be more magical. And look, the rainbow is talking about passing through the magic with the new vision, passing through the magic and then entering into us as manifestors. I really hate the word manifest. There's something that bugs me about it, and I've been searching around for an alternative for it, and I just can't find one that I like. But it's about us being magical beings again, acknowledging the magic, acknowledging that it's our vision that creates the reality we live in, and we need to inspire our vision to be full of magic. You need to pull your vision, this energy of bringing your ships in, we need to pull that energy through magic. We need to see everything around us as having magic. And I've been trying to imagine my frequency that resonates out of me as carrying the code of magic to you, to everybody, to everything, seeing the fact that once I established a magic field around the space I'm living in, there's been a much bigger visitation of birds to the garden. But these are not tame birds. They don't like humans as such. They're wary of us, but they're here in their masses nonetheless. And they weren't when I first arrived here. But since creating a clean, safe frequency, they're here now. And so I've been trying to push magic out into the cosmos. And yesterday I sat down with the cards and I went to do a reading, and the card of let me just find it. I wanted to say Finrir, but it was actually Tyr came out in a reading, and the cards were not really particularly very chatty. They were just, so this card, and I was told I needed to send it to Rob. And I sent it to him, of Rob's Tarot, and I was like, I don't know why I've sent you this, but I have. Then I went to go online to YouTube, and he'd done a reading about having a weird moment with Odin, and Finrir turned up in the thing. So for me, that was confirmation of magic, but I was thinking, Rob's not going to sense that magic, because I could have looked at his videos. I know I had this magical connection, and I'm overjoyed to have that confirmation, but he won't get it because I could have just looked at his video, then sent him a picture of the card and said, look at me, Mr. Magic. But actually, as he went to open his email, he picked up his little dog and he called his little dog Fenrir and said, please don't bite my hand off, which is what Fenrir has done in this card. So that confirmation of magic that happened in that moment was so that both of us could sense that there are these wonderful energies, but we need to empower it. And he'd done a recent experiment, which I won't go into, using a symbol, a Norse symbol of magic and protection. So it was just very interesting. That is the reason why this entire reading is now going to go online, because I wasn't going to put this online. I was just going to record it for you so that I would focus my mind in a different way, so that I would glean different messages. But that message is just too beautiful. You have to create the magic. You have to energize things. You have to see the beauty in plants, in animals, in insects, in the world around you, in how rain glistens on pavements. You've got to look for the beauty in everything while you're experiencing this standstill, because the standstill is allowing you to draw your power, your energy into a specific space. It's not all over the place with you commuting to go to work and visiting people and doing all these things. It's about your energy settling around you in its fullness, and then it's more powerful. So see the magic in everything, create the magic in everything, and allow the magic to just keep sparkling confirmation back to you. So that's this little reading. I don't care what, you don't need to watch the whole reading, just skip to the end when those cards turn up, okay? Wassail Beautiful People.